Good day, everyone, and welcome to another exciting ELA lesson. This is Mr. Stitt, and today we're going to be talking about sentence structure, or put another way, we're going to be talking about sentence types. So let's go ahead and jump right into the lesson today. The first thing that I want to kind of get into your brain is that sentence structures are like different types of houses. When you write a sentence, you are essentially building a house. It has a certain structure. It has a certain look. It's built in a certain way. So if you look at these images here, there are many different types of houses or homes. In this first picture here, you will notice that it is an apartment building. So it might be a small, it's more of a small house, a one-bedroom, maybe two-bedroom house with a couple bathrooms and a kitchen. So very, very small apartment. That would be kind of like a simple sentence. Then we bump up here to a one-story house. So it's separated. It's not stacked on top of the other homes. It's separated. And this is more of like a compound sentence. So we're getting a little bit more complex, a little bit bigger. And that's the second type of sentence. Then another type of house that you might have is a two-story. So it's similar to the one-story, but you're adding another level. So more rooms, more bathrooms. It's just a bigger overall house. Last but not least, what if you had a lot of money and you had a beautiful mansion type home? Something that had many, many bedrooms, 5, 6, 7, 8 bedrooms, 5, 6, 7, 8 bathrooms, maybe a pool in the back, maybe a game room, maybe a theater. This is a very complex type of house. And that's going to be one of your more complex type of sentences. So when you're thinking about sentence structures and the way that a sentence is built, think about them in terms of houses. And there are different types of houses, so there are different types of sentences. So here are the 4 sentence types that we're going to talk about over the next week. Simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. Each one building in complexity, each one building in words and more information being in each sentence. So before we move any further, let's talk about the basic elements of every single sentence. Every sentence in the English language has 2 things, a subject and a predicate. And as you can see here, a subject is the thing the sentence is about, the thing. So it could be a person, it could be a place, it could be an idea, but what is the sentence about? The second thing that every sentence must have is a predicate, and this is an action that the thing performs in the sentence. So we have the thing, maybe it's a dog, the dog, and then we have the action that that thing is doing in the sentence. The dog barks. That's a full English sentence. We might even say, what if it's a plane, like an airplane? The airplane, that would be my subject. Flies, that would be my predicate, the thing that the thing is doing. So here's another example. We have the subject, Mary. That's the thing that the sentence is about. And the predicate, the action. What's Mary doing? Playing tennis. That's a full and complete sentence. So basic elements of a sentence, subject, predicate. Mary plays tennis. So, I want you to pause right now and let's take some notes on what you just learned. Thanks so much for joining us for the first part, and now let's jump into part 2. So we learned in part 1 that sentence structure is like a house. It's a certain type of house. It has a certain structure or a certain build to it. Now we're going to talk about the first type of sentence, which is a simple sentence. Now I want you to imagine this as like that apartment building. It's very, very simple. It's very, very small. There are many of these stacked on top of one another, just like an apartment. It's not very complex. It's not very big at all. A simple sentence is very, very small. So let's jump into it. Here's what a simple sentence is. A simple sentence has one subject and one predicate. That's it. Just like we learned in the basics, a sentence has to have a subject and a predicate. Well, a simple sentence only has one subject and one predicate. It looks something like this. Observe how this simple sentence is constructed. We went to San Juan yesterday. We went to San Juan yesterday. This is a simple sentence. Now watch how. We have the subject. What's the sentence about? We. And we have what the subject did. Went to San Juan. So that's a complete predicate. A simple subject and a simple predicate. A simple noun, or who or what the sentence is about, and a simple verb or predicate, what that thing is doing. So here's another example of a simple sentence. We have one subject, Mary, and we have one predicate, plays tennis. Who is the sentence about? Mary, that's our subject. What did the subject do? Well, she played tennis. That's our predicate. So you can make any manner of these. You can make any, the dog barked, the crow fly, the student read, the teacher taught. Very, very simple sentences. So, now I want you to take a break, take some notes on simple sentences, and create some of your own examples in this box. Thanks so much for joining us for part 2. Now let's jump into part 3 of sentence structure. Now we're going to bump up to a one-story house. In the last example, it was like an apartment building. Very, very short sentences, very, very small. Just the subject and a predicate. But now we're going to build the house to be a 2-story house. Let's make it... Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is the one-story house. We're still making a one-story house. We're moving from an apartment to a one-story house with a compound sentence. Let's look at the structure right now. A compound sentence has more than one part that can stand alone, meaning an independent clause. So part of your sentence will stand by itself, okay? Then the independent clauses are connected by coordinating conjunctions or conjunctive adverbs or a semicolon. So you are essentially joining 2 simple sentences together. So 2 apartment buildings are coming together to form a single home. Let's look at what this might look like. So, in this example, we went to San Juan, and that's your conjunction joining the 2 sentences together, and most of us danced all night. So we have one complete sentence, we went to San Juan, and we have another complete sentence, most of us danced all night, joined together by a conjunction. So we're moving up from the simple sentence to a compound sentence. So look at how this breaks down. We went is your subject and your verb, your subject and your predicate. And joins the 2 sentences together. That's a coordinating conjunction. And most of us, that's your subject in the second part of the sentence. And danced, that's the action that they performed. So, 2 simple sentences joined together with a conjunction. Here's what it might look like if we broke it down in a visual. Subject, predicate, and, or it could be any of the coordinating conjunctions, and another subject, predicate. Simple sentence number 1. Simple sentence number 2, joined together with a conjunction. So here's another example. I might say Tom swims, well, that's one simple sentence, and Mary plays tennis. Another simple sentence. 2 simple sentences joined together with a conjunction. Here are some examples of other conjunctions that you might use to make your sentences. I might say, I went to school and I ate lunch. I might say, I went to school, but I did not eat lunch. I like the movies, yet I wish I could watch them at home instead of in the movie theater. So joining all these sentences together with a coordinating conjunction. Here's one final example of Tom swims, so you can see that this is one independent sentence. It can stand by itself, joined together with the word and then another simple sentence, Mary plays tennis. That's another independent sentence that could stand by itself. But the 2 are joined together with the word and. So, please take a break, and I want you to take some notes on what is a compound sentence. Even go ahead and create a few examples of your own.